Let's get right into it. Number 6. The Pyramid's Precision. Imagine stacking 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing as much as a small car, in the middle of a desert, without cranes, trucks, or a YouTube tutorial titled DIY Megastructure in 20 minutes. That's the reality of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Built around 4,500 years ago, this thing is aligned almost perfectly with true north. Not close enough, not eyeballed it. We're talking shockingly precise. The base is nearly level, the corners are almost mathematically square, and the internal chambers are laid out with eerie accuracy. Meanwhile, you can't even hang a picture frame straight without arguing with gravity for 15 minutes. So how did ancient Egyptians do this? The official explanation includes sledges, ramps, manpower, clever geometry, and a deep understanding of astronomy, which is impressive. But the mystery isn't that humans built it. Humans are very capable when properly motivated and slightly terrified of disappointing a god king. The mystery is the logistics. Coordinating thousands of workers, transporting stones from miles away, and maintaining precision without modern tools is like organizing the world's most intense group project, except nobody can fake their contribution. Your brain struggles with this because we underestimate ancient intelligence. We assume old equals primitive, but humans back then had the same mental hardware you do, just fewer distractions and no notifications. The real mystery isn't aliens, it's how disciplined, organized, and mathematically sharp ancient societies could be. Basically, they built a masterpiece while you procrastinate folding laundry. Number 5. The Nazca Lines. Picture walking through a desert and suddenly realizing the ground beneath you is a 1,200-foot hummingbird. Not a metaphor, an actual giant bird carved into the earth. That's what's chilling in the sands of Nazca Desert, the legendary Nazca Lines. From ground level, they look like random scratches, mildly disappointing, but from the sky, boom. Perfect geometric lines, spiders, monkeys, birds, shapes so massive you need a plane to appreciate them. Which is awkward, considering the Nazca people made these around 2,000 years ago and did not have boarding passes. So why create art that can't even be seen properly from the ground? Some say they were ritual pathways, others think astronomical calendars. There's also the classic aliens needed a landing strip theory, which sounds cool until you remember aliens probably wouldn't need directions drawn with rocks. Psychologically, this messes with us because humans crave clear purpose. We want ancient Google Docs explaining, here's why we did this, but ancient cultures didn't leave tidy instruction manuals, they left vibes and lines, very long lines. The Nazca Lines also reveal something fascinating about collective belief. Entire communities coordinated to scrape away dark stones and reveal lighter soil underneath, forming massive shapes. That takes shared meaning, shared obsession, shared willingness to work in extreme desert heat for something symbolic. In other words, humans will commit to massive projects if they believe it matters. Civilizations rise on belief alone. Sometimes that belief builds skyscrapers. Sometimes it builds a 900-foot monkey nobody can fully see. Number 4. The Voynich Manuscript. Somewhere in the archives of Yale University sits a book that has personally embarrassed centuries of smart people. It's called the Voynich Manuscript, and it looks like a medieval fever dream. We're talking strange plants that don't exist, naked women bathing in mysterious green liquid, zodiac symbols, and page after page of writing in a script no one can decode. Not linguists, not cryptographers, not World War II codebreakers, not even modern AI has confidently cracked it. The manuscript dates back to the 1400s. Carbon dating confirmed it's not some modern prank. Which means someone, in the late medieval period, sat down and carefully wrote hundreds of pages in a language that either A. Nobody else spoke, B. Was an elaborate cipher, C. Is the most committed troll job in human history. Your brain hates this because humans are wired to recognize patterns. We see structure in the text, repetition, grammar-like consistency. It looks like language. But every attempt to translate it collapses into nonsense. It's like your brain keeps trying to tune into a radio station that almost comes in, but never fully does. Some researchers believe it could be an encoded medical text. Others think it's a constructed language. A few suspect it might be meaningless filler designed to look profound, the medieval version of sounding smart without saying anything. And honestly, that might be the most unsettling possibility. Because if it's a hoax, then someone 600 years ago understood human psychology so well that they created the ultimate intellectual trap. A book that whispers, "You're not smart enough," and then calmly refuses to explain itself. Basically, the manuscript is still winning. Number 3. The Bermuda Triangle. Somewhere between Miami, Bermuda, and San Juan lies a stretch of ocean that has launched 1,000 conspiracy documentaries, the Bermuda Triangle. Boats disappear, planes vanish, compasses allegedly spin like they've had 3 cups of espresso. It sounds like the ocean decided to install a glitch in reality just to mess with us. In the early 20th century, reports of missing ships and aircraft like the infamous Flight 19 inches 1945 turned this region into legend. Cue dramatic music. Cue headlines about mysterious forces. Cue someone whispering, "Atlantis." But here's where your psychology gets exposed. The Bermuda Triangle isn't statistically more dangerous than other heavily traveled ocean routes. It just has branding. It's a masterclass in narrative bias. When something weird happens in a regular patch of ocean, it's tragic. When it happens inside a triangle with a spooky name, it's a portal to another dimension. Your brain loves patterns and hates randomness. So when a plane disappears due to bad weather, navigation errors, or mechanical failure, that explanation feels unsatisfying. It's boring. We want mystery. We want cosmic drama. We want the ocean to be plotting something. The truth is usually less cinematic. Storms, human error, powerful currents, and a whole lot of confirmation bias. Stories get repeated. Normal incidents get lumped together. Suddenly, you've got a legend. The real mystery isn't the triangle. It's how easily humans turn coincidence into mythology. Basically, the ocean didn't eat your plane because of aliens. It just doesn't care about your storyline. Number 2. Stonehenge Secrets. On a windy plain in Wiltshire sits a circle of giant rocks that looks like ancient architects started a project and then forgot to explain it. Meet Stonehenge. These stones weigh up to 25 tons. Some of the smaller blue stones were transported from Wales over 150 miles away, without trucks, without cranes, without a group chat to coordinate who's bringing the ropes. Built around 3000 to 2000 BCE, Stonehenge aligns with the summer solstice sunrise. That means, when the sun rises on the longest day of the year, it hits the structure in a very deliberate way. So clearly, this wasn't random rock stacking. Somebody had a plan. But what was it? Astronomical calendar? Burial ground? Religious site? Prehistoric concert venue with terrible acoustics? Archaeologists have found cremated human remains, suggesting it was at least partly ceremonial. The alignment with the sun hints at skywatching, but the full purpose? Still debated. And that's what bothers you. Your brain hates unfinished explanations. It wants a neat label: temple, observatory, cemetery. Instead, you get ambiguity. And ambiguity feels like standing in a room where everyone else knows the inside joke except you. The bigger psychological twist? Ancient humans were deeply connected to the sky. The sun and seasons weren't trivia, they were survival. So building something monumental to track celestial events wasn't weird, it was practical. Sacred and practical weren't separate categories back then. Stonehenge isn't confusing because it's magical. It's confusing because we're trying to understand a worldview that didn't think like ours. And honestly, if people 5,000 years from now find your local shopping mall, they're going to be very confused too. Number 1. The Lost City of Atlantis. And now we arrive at humanity's favorite what if, the ultimate ancient cliffhanger, the legendary lost civilization first described by Plato, Atlantis. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful, advanced island nation that existed around 9,000 years before his time. It had grand architecture, impressive engineering, and, naturally, moral corruption. Because in ancient storytelling, the moment a civilization gets a little too confident, the universe goes, "Oh really?" and hits the reset button. Then Atlantis sinks into the ocean in a single day and night of catastrophic destruction. Very dramatic, very cinematic, very suspiciously symbolic. Here's the twist. Plato likely wrote Atlantis as an allegory, a cautionary tale about hubris, power, and societal decay, not a travel brochure. But humans? We heard advanced lost civilization and immediately grabbed snorkels. For centuries, people have searched the Mediterranean, the Atlantic, even Antarctica. Every underwater rock formation becomes possible ruins. Every natural disaster becomes proof. Psychologically, Atlantis scratches a deep itch. We love the idea that there was something greater before us, something advanced, mysterious, wiped away by fate. It feeds both ego and fear. Ego, because we imagine ourselves rediscovering hidden greatness. Fear, because it whispers that civilizations can collapse overnight. Atlantis may never have been real, but the anxiety behind it absolutely is. Because deep down, when we talk about lost cities, we're really talking about losing our own. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.